Good morning. Apologies for the driving video. I know some of you don't like it when I record when I'm driving along because of the audio, but if I try and lean close to the camera like this on this long, slow road, then hopefully the audio will come out all right. Pretty funny, actually. I looked behind me in my mirror a minute ago and I thought, oh look, there's one of them new Aston Martin SUVs. It's a brand new Ford Cougar. They've changed the headlights to look like the Aston Martin. So if you bought one of them Aston Martin SUVs, well, gutted, I guess. Right, this morning, I'm tired because I stayed up far too late last night looking at crap on the internet, as you do. And I'm in a few different late night Facebook groups, not like that. But you know, just like stupid videos and stupid memes and that sort of thing. And I'm in this group called Very Nice Meme, thank you. And I was looking at some of the stuff on there last night, and there was a meme that popped up, and it was a picture of a dad on his daughter's bed reading her a storybook, holding a shield up which was defending her against a rainbow, you know, these rainbow flags, the one with the trans one and the brown bits and the black bits and the blue bits and all that, and he's defending her against all that. And within the rainbow there's Baphomet, the devil, and he's reading a story to his daughter and defending her against all this. And this was posted in the meme group, and I was just scanning through some of the comments, and it was pretty astonishing that maybe it says something about the type of members that are in that group. I'm going to get onto that in a minute. It's pretty astonishing to me that most of the people in the group didn't really get the reference. They were like, oh, what's he defending her from? The NHS and all this sort of stuff. And the younger people are totally missing the agenda that is behind all the gender bending rainbow stuff, right? They don't get it. They can't see that it's all part of this really, really bad stuff that is coming down the track. And if you think about it, the new hate laws that have been introduced in Scotland, you can't introduce new hate laws unless you first identified the groups that the hate is going to be directed at. That's why we've had this massive push towards promoting trans rights and all lives matter and all this sort of stuff. And then you got Trans Story Hour, which I've been very vocal about. As soon as you've established that everybody is welcome, no matter whether they've chopped the willy off or not, or whether they identify as a teapot, once you've put the flags up and you've painted the benches and you've painted the zebra crossings to say that everybody is welcome, only then can you introduce the hate laws. Because before you paint the benches with rainbow and pedo colours, and before you paint the zebra crossings and have all the marches and have Trans Visibility Day, if you don't have all of that, you can't have the hate bill. So all of that was a Trojan horse to bring in the hate bill. And the new hate bill in Scotland basically means you're going down for absolutely anything. And I was a bit shocked at the comments on this meme yesterday. The amount of people that don't understand that I believe that the plan is to essentially normalise paedophilia. That's where they want to get to with it. I don't even like making this video. They want to get to a stage where everybody is welcome and everybody's accepted, no matter who you're attracted to. And they want to change the phrase to minor attracted people. So I'm afraid good upstanding gay people and good upstanding trans people, you've all been hoodwinked on this movement that you thought was for the good of your communities. Not that these communities actually exist, because you just are what you are and everybody's an individual and we all essentially live on our own and die on our own in the end anyway. So the idea of a trans community and a gay community, it's balls, isn't it? You might have venues that you all go to, you might have a pub that you all go to, but there's no such thing as a trans community and a gay community. Same as there's not really any such thing as a Volvo community. There's groups on Facebook and we might all go to the same meet, but does that make sense? I feel like that does sort of make sense. Anyway, we've all been, those groups, the people that stand up for things have all been hoodwinked into thinking that they were jumping on board with something positive, when actually what they've actually accidentally done is shoehorned in the hate bill in Scotland under the guise of everybody is welcome, and under the guise of everybody is welcome, we're going to have to start welcoming some things that really aren't very welcome at all. Anyway, bit of a long introduction to what essentially was the point of this video. I did my stand-up yesterday at the Barnard Comedy Club, and it's occurred to me that on the back of what I just said about not being able to reach the younger generations have been absolutely brainwashed by all of this everybody is welcome, be what you want to be rubbish, because you could always be what you want to be, essentially. I know you're going to start saying things like, oh, persecution and all that sort of stuff, but it didn't need to go as far as it has gone now, because as I said, the plan was to introduce all of this other stuff that's coming next. But my point is, if you're still with me on this one, we're not reaching the younger generations. You know, awake comedy, which is what we had last night. You know, we had five or six people on stage last night from a variety of different backgrounds, doing a variety of different things. We had a comedian, we had a magician, we had me, who's just a bloke with a hat who films videos in a car. We had a potential mayoral candidate for Birmingham. She stood up and said a few words. We had a musician. It was a really varied event. But the problem was, most of the people there are as old or older than my dad, right? So stay with me on this one. It's the older generations that can see what is being done to the younger generations, and the younger generations can't see it. Cast your mind back to my video just the other day where I said that even older people are emailing me and saying, yeah, Jeff, it's a good job that I can see all of this stuff coming, because I won't be around to see it all because I'll be dead by then. Well, that's the plan. The plan is that the younger generations won't see what's coming, and by the point the younger generations have realised they've been hoodwinked, everybody that was trying to fight for it will be dead. So if we don't get the younger people to see what's going on in the next 10 years, we really are screwed. Because how old's my dad now? He's in his 60s, you know? And are we going to get to a point where in 10 years' time all the freedom fighters are actually going to be, you know, pensioners? It's going to be the pensioners that can see what's being done to the country. It's going to be the pensioners that are standing up to try and defend the rights that we once had. It's pretty concerning. I was dead shocked last night at reading the comments on that meme, because it's not the first time that this has occurred to me, that the youngsters just aren't being reached. Someone said to me the other day that their children, who are teenagers, have been had hook, line and sinker by the gender agenda, and it's now causing arguments in the family. Oh look, there's one of those strange boxes at the side of the road that seems to have sensors on both sides. Bit of a rambly video this morning because I stayed up far too late last night. But yeah, it's occurred to me that we ain't really, I've called this video Houston, we have a problem, and I really meme it, because the youngsters, like, they don't see just how poisonous these things that they're standing up for. And a lot of these youngsters that, like, they're standing up in good faith, you know, they don't know that what they're actually doing is defending an oncoming tide of normalising paedophilia. And, you know, there's many, I know that I have, whoa, lorry in the middle of the road. I know that I have trans followers who can watch my videos and appreciate that I'm not digging at trans people. I'm saying the trans agenda has been hijacked to get people mentally accustomed to different things going on, so that slippery slope can then lead to the normalisation of stuff that really we don't want anything to do with. Now there's a van pulling out. It's electric. So yeah, apologies for the slightly rambly video that's probably got a bit of a depressing tone, but geez, this weather, like, you're bored of hearing me talk about it now, but I couldn't get out of bed this morning because we opened the blinds, just like, what is the point? What is the point? So I've got some really good stuff coming up this week. I've got 3 really interesting interviews that I'm looking forward to. And then when that's all said and done, and we've made it to Thursday, I'm going to then start looking at channel crossings and get myself into Spain and go and work from some sunshine for a little bit, because if I don't do that, well, I need some sun. So everybody look after yourself. I've checked and I haven't got a hair on my chin this time. If you watched my taxi video, I can't believe it that I watched it back and everybody was saying, Jeff, why is there a long blonde hair on the end of your chin? And I didn't realise when we were filming it. I'm really pleased that the taxi video has gone down well, that three-way chat. Sorry for having someone in the back of the car, but I don't own a McLaren F1, so we can't do a three-way chat all across the front. So that's that. What do you think? I don't think we're reaching younger people at all. The teenagers don't have a clue. They're all on board with the gender bending stuff. They're all claiming that they're bi in order to fit in. And when we do have, oh look, the road's closed again. When we do have youngsters that get it and understand it, they're few and far between. And those people who are slightly the next generation on, so in 20s and early 30s, they're that busy trying to get on with their lives that they haven't really got the time to look at and consider, this was the longest red light ever. I should have just gone through. They haven't got the time to consider all this freedom stuff because they're busy paying the bills, which is getting harder and harder to do every month, it seems. So there we go. A rambling Monday morning video. Houston, we have a problem. What does it mean? We're just not reaching the youngsters. How do we reach the youngsters? Let me know in the comments.